Eduardo.
Hi, this is John, and this is week 17 of, it's not Dreams of the Brave Eduardo devlog out of 24. This week is primarily focused on the demo. So we've been talking to a lot of publishers and several investors. Now we have 4 more next week, so it's going to be very tiring, and several of them are asking about the demo. So that's what we are going to be focused on. The demo is relatively clean, so I've been playing through it, and it's about 1 hour to get from beginning to the Colossus, and if you know exactly what you're doing. So if you're exploring, it's going to be a little bit bigger than that, and there's also several side quests already in the game. So it's a pretty big demo, and we want to make sure if we're handing these to the publishers, we want to make sure it's as clean as possible. So that's what I have been doing for the past week. Aside from that, while I'm going through it, there were several small things we found that we wanted to change. For example, like I said, you guys will get to see it here. Emmanuel has his combo attacks now, super cool, and multiple other fixes that Dhruv did during his super motivational time after PAX East. The big part is also we got to fix a lot of the small layers between the maps. That was all fixed as well. Some abilities stamina cost was too high to actually be used. That's all fixed, and there are small things here and there. For example, in the dungeon, I didn't show this, but in the dungeon there's these things that spawn, but they don't spawn correctly. That's fixed. One of them sends you to Brendan's portal, Brendan's world, but we took that out just to make it clean. We'll probably put that in the overworld from now on. And finally, I think Matt has some sound effects you want to do. From your guys' response, you guys really like what Matt has done during the last Instagram post about ASMR sound effects, and Matt's a god at doing that, so excited to see what he's going to do with that. So what's next? This next week, it's still going to be focused on the demo. Like I said, we have to talk to a lot of publishers this coming week and investors. So we want to make sure the demo is as clean as possible. Also, there's a dungeon build. I want to make sure the rogue dungeon is a little bit less half-assed. It's really good, but once you get to like floor 4 or 5, you start seeing the same thing over again. It gets a little bit boring. So Dhruv and I are thinking of adding things that only spawn after a certain floor and certain levels. So that's probably what we will be doing for fun. It's going to be mostly clean the demo. Finally, the biggest thing I would say for the main game is we have a problem. So when playing through the demo, there's only one, technically 2 game-breaking problem. It's not really a bug, it's a problem. Where when you're taking the train or when you're taking the ship, it's very clunky. In back-end side, it's very hard for me to set up, and there's just tons of problem. And at one point, the ship was stuck at the port of Neck Crater, and we're going to probably remove all of that, and we're going to revamp the map a little bit. Have you guys seen Maple Story's world map? That is going to be something closer to that with nodes, and it's going to make it easier for people to know where they are relative to the map, and it will be easier for us to do the shipping and train. We're probably going to combine the system into one. Finally, the last thing is for the demo. Are you guys more interested in the story? So do you guys want the demo with the story of the first small part of the main story, or are you guys interested in a dungeon build where we will update it constantly and you guys will be able to go through this rogue dungeon with small bits of story and infinite replayability? Which one are you guys more interested? Let me know in the comments down below. And I want to thank everybody who has joined our Discord. It makes us feel good that we want to make this community a little bit more lively. You can ask Lance and Stone. We've been telling these guys, but it's very hard for us to do everything, like making games and the publisher side and the production side and the investment side, all while doing the community management as well. I mean, I know that sounds like excuses, so I'll do better, but we're hoping that with some people, they will actually create some of the content as well for us, or we will join in or make some ability, or maybe one of these publishers will help us out in that regard. So yeah, that's generally it. I'll talk to you guys next week.
It's not often that someone comes along who is a true fan and listens to the end. You are both. You shall find us here